So there is quite an interesting theory out there that Oberyn Martell, at the end of it, did end up poisoning Tywin Lannister. And that's what leads him to be on the toilet and puts him in the place to be shot by Tyrion. Now, I personally don't think this theory is true, but I'm going to give you the evidence to support it first. The number one thing that people always cite is the fact that there are many scenes in which Oberyn is near Tywin and could have possibly poisoned him, since poison is his thing. And when we actually see Tywin Lannister's funeral, which we don't see in the TV show, he reeks. Like, beyond just bad smell of a dead body, just absolutely horrid. To the point where everyone in the sept can't stand smelling him, and there are like tears brought to their eyes by how bad he smells. And while I think this is an interesting theory, I just think narratively, doesn't work. At the end of the day, Tywin's true downfall was Tyrion. It's his own son. It was him neglecting Tyrion. It was him disrespecting Tyrion. It was him not recognizing the similarities between one another. It was Tywin Lannister's hypocrisy that caused him to be in an early grave. And I think while it's interesting to explain the smell being from Oberyn poisoning him, I think just because he got shot in the bowels and everything was leaking out at all times. I don't want to get too graphic, but if you've ever worked in the medical industry or ever been around things like this, you know how bad it smells, and the person can still be around. But my last piece of evidence as to why I don't believe this theory actually has to do with Doran Martell. Yes, this guy from the Game of Thrones TV show that no one remembers that is a phenomenal character in the books. Phenomenal. Oberyn being a part of taking revenge on Tywin Lannister would cheapen Doran's eventual, goal. So for those of you that do not know, if you haven't read the books, Doran has this, grand plan to take revenge on House Lannister, take revenge on the Seven Kingdoms, and just get it back with fire and blood. And if Oberyn Martell ended up actually kind of taking this revenge already, it would cheapen a possible eventual payoff for this character and the Dorne plotline as a whole. So while it is an interesting theory, I just don't think it really works.